Hello, everyone. We're the Big Red SN guys alongside Jordan. I'm Wesley. We're here to discuss a pregame of Lamar's coming game against the Northwestern State Demons. Now, Jordan, Lamar's coming off a fabulous home showing against the Abilene Christian Wildcats. Cade Harrington broke the stage with his 347 yards rushing. Tell us what we need to look forward from him and the rest of the team this coming Saturday.
You need to look for that same type of performance on the ground. Lamar's the #1 rushing team in the Southland, and Northwestern State is the worst run-stopping defense in the Southland. So this is a match made in heaven for a running back like Cade Harrington. He'll be practically able to repeat the performance. Now, maybe not to the extent of 347 yards again, but you'll definitely see a lot of success with him on the ground.
Now, Ray Woodard, in his early Monday press conference, he told me that Northwestern State, their 0-5 record does not define who they are. They have played some very tough teams, a lot of conference games, Central Arkansas, Incarnate Word, Southeastern Louisiana. Very good teams and a couple of D1s. I don't know who they played, but they have played some very tough teams, and their 0-5 record is not something to just overlook and say, oh, they're just that bad just because. So Lamar really should now go into this game thinking, oh, well, this is an easy win now, shouldn't they?
Now they shouldn't come in with that mentality, but I would disagree with Coach Ray Woodard. Your record does define who you are. At the end of the day, that's how you measure who goes to the playoffs and who wins and loses. It's by the final score at the end of a game. So Northwestern State, while they shouldn't be overlooked because every team on any given Saturday has the opportunity to beat another team, they are an 0-5 team in the Southland Conference.
They are.
So with that being said, and Lamar is at the top, only 3 games in for Lamar, that is. We're 2-1 in conference. Our only loss coming on the road to Southeastern, which, as you just mentioned, is a team that Northwestern State has already fallen to. This is a prime opportunity for us to hit up yet another lower-ranked opponent, lower opponent in the Southland, that is, and to continue to run what we know we can do, which is ground and pound. And then once the ground game is really established, we come in with a short passing game and start picking them apart and look for our opportunities down the field. What I'm interested in seeing if the Cardinals can come up with is turnovers in the secondary. The secondary has been one of the most challenging parts for the team so far on paper because we haven't been able to really prevent a lot of teams from having terrible days in the air. We're giving up well over 300 yards in the passing game, but we also have playmakers and ball hawks. So over time, you would assume that the guys will get it together. It's a lot of rotational guys in the secondary, that is, a lot of talent as well, and they can come out and make a lot of plays. Defensive line, I don't think that's a worry at all. That's one of our most solid part of our defense.
Our front seven is arguably one of the best in the Southland. So, I mean, when you got a guy like Omar Tebow and you got the 2 Joneses and Sean and Ronnie Jones at the middle linebacker position, you're pretty much set with Logan Moss and Mike Hargis or Matt Johnson out there setting the edges and Zach Johnson out there too. The front seven is always going to take care of them. They're not going to give up a lot of yards rushing. Now, what you did go chart back onto the short passing game. Northwestern knows Lamar's going to come in and they're going to feed Cade the ball. Now, I do believe that's where Reggie Beggleton and Devon Brown will come in very handily and just be able to come. Mike Handy also, G. Gladney. A lot of the short passes will be used and maybe a couple long balls if they can, if Joe Menda can get him up there to him.
And I think that's exactly what you'll see, but it all starts off with the running game. If Cade Harrington can come in and immediately contribute, which he's done so far in every game this season, tallying at least 150 yards a game. He's averaging over 100 for the entire season. So this is something that we would like to see out of him, and which everybody would automatically assume. And just because you know the rushing attack is coming doesn't mean you can stop it.
Exactly. You can only hope to contain this rushing attack, and it happens to be on the legs of one Cade Harrington who just really doesn't want to take no for an answer.
He doesn't. So it'll be interesting to see how we respond to Northwestern State if they do come out with a strong front, they stack the box heavy, or even if they decide to see, well, we're going to see what they say, that we're going to see what Cade's going to come out with and give him an opportunity. Now, obviously, we know which one that, as a Cardinal fan, we would prefer. Anytime you give a guy like Cade the opportunity, he's going to have a big game.
Exactly, and we're always looking forward to a big game. Now, Jordan and I will both be at Northwestern videoing the game. We'll also be there to do our post-game chalk talk at the conclusion of the game. We hope to see you there.